Hey, good evening, my friends. Welcome to Restless Barbarian Gaming. We are glad you are here tonight. We are playing some Vampire the Masquerade, and we have reached episode 6 of this season. And some important things have happened, some fun things have happened. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. We want to thank all our new subscribers. We've had a bunch of folks join the channel. We really appreciate your support. Spread the word. Tell them what these weirdos over here are doing, and if they like strange games, come on over and check us out. So, again, we really appreciate your support. Please be sure to give us a like, and if you have not already, it's your first time here, welcome. We're glad you found us. Hope you'll enjoy the game. We're going to jump into the story. Kind of a brief synopsis that we had last time. Our characters had gone to the Royal Museum looking for a young man by the name of Emmanuel Drayton. They did find one Emmanuel Drayton who was with some gentlemen who were attempting to rob the place. They looked like they were trying to break in and perhaps steal maybe some kind of necklace. Some violence ensued, as is wont with our characters, and there was great bloodshed. And Emmanuel, unfortunately, was also killed, which might cause some complications down the line. We'll just have to see, how this game works. One thing that did happen, though, is while the plan was going on to go to the museum, while they were standing outside of the warehouse, of all things, a small orphan child appeared and came up to Richard and begged his forgiveness, but passed a note to him, of all things. At 2 o'clock in the morning, where did this child appear from? Handing this note to Richard. Richard read the contents, and we'll get to what the contents said in just a moment, but Richard saw the contents, immediately turned more pale than normal, and did the True Blood thing and just went and ran away from there. So now, Richard, when he read this note, found that it said, and let's find the storyteller notes. It said, "My friend, our home and our very existences are in danger. Meet me at the Army-Navy Club immediately."
Was it signed by anyone, or did I just obviously recognize
he recognized Lucian's handwriting.
When Father calls, Father can't be mad if I miss something else. Bing!
And when he arrives, 2 a.m., the club is closed, obviously. There's no decent people out at these hours.
No, of course not.
But he circles the building and finds his sire sitting on the rear step of the servants' entrance. He looks rather pensive, shall we say. And I ought to share a picture of his sire, but I don't have him up at the moment, so we will continue. It's a drizzly, kind of foggy night, and Lucian sits on the step in his top hat and his gray suit, and appears to just be reading a book, of all things. Just appears to be casually reading as you approach. Looks up and says, "Oh, my dear boy, thank you for joining me."
Well, I got your note. Where the devil you found someone at this hour?
Oh, that one. Yes. They're
Yes.
a messenger of sorts that I use. Quite clever.
Well, I'm afraid I left him in the dust, as it were.
Hmm.
It sounded rather urgent.
It is. It is. When I awoke, or excuse me, when I arose this morning, this evening, I got my stories all mixed up here. Rewind. When I arose this evening, a servant alerted me at once. There was a burglary attempt at our home during the afternoon.
What?
Yes. Appears someone tried to access our private floor from the servants' staircase.
Who the devil?
Yes. They heard the noise and investigated, and the burglars were not seen, but it's obvious they had tried to break through some of the structures that we've put in to guard that entrance.
It cannot be a bode. No. Are we sure they were just burglars? I mean, the afternoon does not strike me as the time one ought to burgle a house.
Exactly. And he sighs. I can only think my presence in London has been detected. Now, you know that your sire has come here to meet with another member of the Bruja clan, who has some revolutionary ideas, we'll say. So, you know that Lucian probably did not announce his presence in the city with the prince. He might have just missed that little detail.
Okay.
Well, whoever it was either didn't know what they were looking for or outright failed. But nonetheless, I will feel the need to change my abode, and rather quickly.
Wonderful. Where can we find open at a time like this?
That could be quite difficult. And I gather perhaps that's what was intended. Now then, enough of our troubles. Have you completed your work for Mr. Bay? What was the outcome?
Completed is a strong word. We just finished investigating a warehouse back down on the docks. Have you ever dealt with the smuggling of desiccated corpses?
Other than our own kind?
I suppose I walked into that one, yes, other than our own kind. The Egyptian kind.
Antiquitaries?
Of a fashion.
No, not my style. Although there are those who plunder my home for baubles, and jewels, and other things that grave robbers delight in finding.
Well, apparently, among other things that grave robbers delight in finding, they smuggled in what appear to be multiple corpses. And we found a box, and it looked like there was room for another one that wasn't there. So we were perhaps curious as to if this was how our quarry got back into the country. Of course, then we got interrupted, had to bullshit the night watchman.
Oh.
Apologies, soldier's language.
Of course.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Of course.
Point is, when I was summoned away, at least we had been discussing next steps.
Yes, I do regret separating you from your new friends, but felt it important to speak with you before you returned for the evening.
No, that would have been rather unpleasant. Go to bed and wake up in the sunshine at the crack of noon.
Now, we talked about you were summoned for this task
Yes.
by one who goes by the name of Vincent.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the man who sent the letter.
Yes.
Apparently on Mr. Bay's behalf.
Yes. Now, Vincent is himself not a permanent resident of London, as it were, either. However, he has important friends who he works for. One, namely, Rory McAndrew, and he kind of grinds his teeth a little bit as he says it. He is a Ventru.
Oh, well. That explains much already of your attitude.
Now, let us take this as a good thing, shall we say? Because Vincent is technically indebted to you for you taking on this work, though. Do not assume anything will come of it.
No, I figured that out so far.
Yes. I think it would be important for you to return to this investigation, to see it through.
Of course.
And in the story, we've already skipped to the next night.
Yeah.
So I think for ease of convenience, we're going to say Richard was at that meeting when the rest of the coterie met with Mr. Bay. I think it's just going to wrap things up better. So
yeah. Richard is just sitting there in the background, grinding his nails into his just. You can hear the creaking of the bones and the twitching of the jaws. He goes, I miss it for 2 bloody fucking hours, and you people killed him? Not actually out loud, though. Mm-hmm. But the grinding of the teeth and the clenching of the fists is quite audible. Yeah. The entire time.
Yeah. So we're gonna move you up to there so that everybody's kind of synced up. Now, following this meeting, Sybyl and Marley had returned to Sybyl's place. And then following that, I think Marley had talked about returning because this is the next evening, had decided wanted to go out looking possibly for the remaining thief.
Yeah, sorry. I was making sure that tapping wasn't me.
No, I think that was me. I apologize.
That's okay.
Channeling my inner Richard up.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see if nothing else, I want to go through the various fences and pawn shops that I know of, see if the necklace is turned up.
Okay. You head out into the early evening. The sort of places that you'd be looking at don't run regular hours. They're often found at the backs of stores, perhaps at the back of a pub, where people come to trade and buy things occasionally, and often sell them as well. Yeah.
And Sybyl has just reminded me that, in fact, Sybyl has the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And the thief having the necklace was something Marley made up. So
that's absolutely fine. While it's still a good idea, though, because this remaining thief, you don't know if he took anything with him.
Yeah. And I can give him a description.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you spend an hour or two visiting some of these places that you've been to before. Some of these are not near the docks, so you do venture into domains that are not necessarily yours, but you know enough to be careful and stick to the shadows and kind of keep your nose clean, as it were. You really have no luck. No one remembers seeing a man of this description. He appeared to be African, maybe Egyptian. And no one recalls seeing anyone recently coming in looking to sell anything. Okay. When you leave the final spot for the evening, you kind of step out into the cold night. You look around, and I would like the first roll of the evening is going to be a wits and awareness roll, please. Difficulty 6 is fine.
Awareness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. Okay, 2 successes.
2 successes.
Because you feel someone or something watching you. So that's where you're kind of reaching out with that awareness, that supernatural feelings. And you spot a man, a thin man with slicked back black hair and a pencil thin mustache and a gray suit. And you felt like you've been near this person before, but never quite caught sight of them. You've always just been like that kind of peripheral feeling like there's somebody there, and then they were gone. But now this person is standing there watching you. They stand under a store awning with just a little bit of light coming from a street lamp. And they just sit there with just kind of this little smile on their faces as they look at you.
I will tip my hat and go on my way.
Okay. All right. Where do you go from there?
Well, I didn't have any luck there.
Mm-hmm.
I cough.
Okay.
I would like to. Richard spent time in Egypt. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to gather the others and go back to the Mystic's shop where we started out.
Okay. So the place where you found the hidden shelf.
Yeah, Lennox Johnston's shop.
Yep. Okay. All right. So you're going to try to gather the gang and go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's appropriate that Sybyl comes off mute because we're going to go to her in the meantime. So after Marley left, you find that the house is gone very quiet again for the evening. There's just one servant, maybe just kind of cleaning up the house, closing it up for the night. There's a faint smell of pine oil can be detected. And you notice that as you're coming through the large room, that you have a floor-length mirror, a giant mirror in that room. But you notice one of the servants has put a dark tablecloth over it.
She's going to just tilt her head and slowly reach out to, pull the cloth off, because the last time she kind of remembers someone doing that was when her husband died.
Mm-hmm. Take it, you drag it They drag it down fast. And you see in the mirror your reflection.
Mm.
Nothing mysterious about it. You notice how pale you are. But looking around, scanning behind you, there's no one standing behind you. There's no spooky voices. It's just you.
She's almost just going to kind of turn halfway away and think about starting to walk.
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. No. So, or Candyman, whatever. Maybe you prefer. So, okay. She, starts to walk away. You turn around behind you. Still nobody in the mirror, but okay. But it's not something, that's been done very recently in the house. So,
Been about a year. Unless, they did it when she was turned.
Yeah. And as you, let's say you're going through back towards your parlor, you see Adrian is talking with a man who that you didn't see earlier in the evening, but now Adrian is out in the hallway, and he's talking to it's a short, balding man. Probably looks like he's maybe like close to 50 years old. And he's just kind of hunched down and is kind of staring at the floor. And Adrian is speaking to him in kind of hushed tones, like they're just having a private conversation, when Adrian does notice you approaching. And hey, thanks for watching Vancouver by Night. You as you approach, they look up, and Adrian says, "I've neglected to tell you that we were going to have a guest." And he gestures. He says, "My dear, meet Benjamin Rouse." And the man just kind of, and he actually kind of has to look up a little bit because he's kind of so hunched over. He's kind of looking up a little bit to see you, and he's like,
"That is really hunched over.
Yeah,
She's not that big."
yeah. And he's like, "Evening, ma'am."
And she'll kind of light curtsy to be polite.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Now, Benjamin, would you do me a favor and back towards the kitchen? I'm sure the staff can find you something to eat, and they will also be preparing your room for the evening. I apologize, it is getting late, but I wanted to discuss this with Sybyl before letting you retire for the evening. So be a good fellow, run along, get something to eat. And the man's like, okay. And he kind of just shuffles away. You notice that he had kind of like a top coat on, but you notice his pants are kind of tannish, stained. You would recognize them almost as something somebody would wear in an asylum.
That's going to make Sybyl pause a little bit, just because she
He's wearing boots that aren't his size.
Yeah,
they're too big. Yeah,
she kind of remembers lightly her mental state around her embrace, and it was not good. But so she's going to turn to Adrian. One of yours?
Yes. Let me. And he produces a file. He was kind of holding it at his sizes. Benjamin Rouse, age 41. He claims that spirits follow him, tormenting this poor fellow since his early childhood. He's been barely able to hold regular employment, although Mr. House did briefly work for the local parish. Well, until the incident. And he kind of stops and he takes out a pen and he's starting to make some notes. He's just making notes while you stand there, which is kind of rude in a way, but you know Adrian.
She's used to it, yeah.
Mhm.
Is he stable?
Oh, yes. Well, it seems he touched the breast of a parishioner. Now, Benjamin claimed that a foul spirit made him do this. I think that's all hogwash. I believe Benjamin is a very sick man who has broken impulse controls. And I've brought him here away from the facility for perhaps some further treatment. And thinking of you, my dear, I thought perhaps you might want to speak to Benjamin as well. Now, he is very, very sick, claims that spirits are tormenting him. I instructed the staff to, and he kind of looks, he's like, oh, that mirror's supposed to be covered. Benjamin is not going to like that. We need that put back up. But I thought you might enjoy speaking with Benjamin. Perhaps give a non-scientific opinion, consultation of what you think might be troubling this poor man.
Her demeanor will shift when he mentions him being inappropriate with a woman. And he can visibly see her straighten up and just this hard look on her face because she's thinking of her maid. And she will put on a tight, polite smile and go, of course.
Of course.
He will be confined to his room during the day.
Oh, of course, yes.
You and I are not up.
Of course. I am under no compunction to return him anytime soon. I've established with the doctor there that it was in Benjamin's best interest to come with me. So, although he will probably be missed after some time, so we should not tarry and keep him here too long. But I'd like to have you work with him a little bit, if you think you are up to it.
Of course.
Very good. Kind of pats you on the shoulder. Very well. I'll leave you to it. Now, Marley, do you make the journey back to Lady Sybyl's to start rounding up the gang? Or because
Yes.
again, you guys obviously have no way of Are telephones a thing just yet? 1882?
Not in England. They wouldn't be in England.
Not in England. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're not a thing yet. So okay. So
Although Sybyl does have an ally with a workhouse that mainly uses children.
oh God. Remember, you are the monsters in this game. So, so if you
Sybyl's a big monster. Thank you very much.
So, yeah. So let's say within about half an hour, Marley is at the door once more. And Lydia answers, well, ma'am, it is getting late, but I suppose you were here earlier. Come in.
It's all right. I think Sybyl's expecting me.
And Sybyl, you haven't quite settled in for the evening, and deciding what you want to do when you do hear Marley's voice.
She'll kind of turn around and, oh, Marley. And she'll just brighten up.
So, didn't have any luck with the fences, but thought we might go back to that Lennox fellow's shop. See if anything's changed over there.
You just wanted your skeleton key. And she'll kind of give a little pout.
Nah, I mean, if I wanted in, I could get in.
Well, yes, but it's so much more fun with company.
Yeah. Besides, you see things I don't, even if you can't see things. So,
and she will kind of look around for where their mortal guest was stored.
At the moment, he's still in the kitchen. He is chowing down on whatever the staff were able to make him. He's got like holding a piece of bread while he's like shoveling stew in his mouth, and he just kind of looks up and he almost has this like, like dogs are like trying to guard their food. He's kind of this, and he's looking up at you and.
Yeah, no, Lydia's under orders that whatever they need to make the house look normal, and she can eat whatever. So he's probably eating very well.
Oh yeah. No wrappings in this. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna take it from you. Ain't my kind of food. Not anymore.
And Sybyl will
That went a
lightly
little
pat.
Australian.
G'day, mate. Another shrimp on the barbie.
Will lightly pat Marley to kind of indicate not our kind.
Okay.
No, I just think I eat fish.
I need to take care of a couple things real quick, and I will be with you, Marley. Please wait here.
All right.
And if she sees Lydia, she'll ask her to recover the mirror, and if she needs to, break whatever she has to on him.
Okay.
In case he gets handsy.
Okay.
And then she will go to Adrian's study to let him know that she will be out for a little bit.
Adrian has a pipe that smokes for whatever reason, and he says, "Going out with that Marley again? I thought I smelled something."
She's a delightful girl who helps me.
Don't stay out too late.
I never do.
And he turns back and continues writing. The fact that he said don't stay out too late seems really odd because he's never really said things like that to you. Like, and he's starting to be a little bit jealous that maybe you have a new friend. You're just not quite sure. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's next then? Are you going to try to track down Richard?
Yeah, I figure I'll swing by Army Navy and see if.
Okay. All right. We go back to the Army Navy. The club is about 3/4 full tonight. I mean, it smells like a warm fire, whiskey, and old man. Most of the older gentlemen are kind of gathered by the fire with their brandy and their cigars. Richard, the younger, kind of stays on the outskirts, finding some gentlemen that are maybe not quite 70 years old, and while he's there and enjoying the fire and the company around him, he notices the serving girl he had seen before. The one who's the expression that maybe they even use it back then, a dead ringer for someone he knew from a prior life. And she swings by the table and says, and she kind of leans over and says, "Sir, there are some people up front who wish to see you, but they're not members."
Well, let's have them meet me in one of the visitor rooms. We have 1 or 2 set aside, right?
Of course.
Yes, that would be delightful. Is the voice the same?
It's a little bit different. It's
Is looking for
Maybe
any sign of recognition on her part.
maybe a little more of a country accent
Hmm.
than, but otherwise it looks like her. And you're sure it couldn't be her because,
What a
well, exactly. He perishes the thought about that. So yeah, you go to one of the guest receiving rooms, and you find Lady Sybyl and Marley sitting there waiting for you, perhaps reading the late evening news, where it seems there's been another murder. That a body was found of all things stuffed into, God forbid, an outhouse, pushed in head first. When the body was removed, the throat had been torn out by, gods can only imagine, a savage beast.
Sybyl will be next to Marley, and when she reads that, she's going to point and go, "Want to bet money?"
At which point,
losing, so
at which point, Richard turns his head from having watched the serving girl who's left. He watched her leave and was kind of half leaning out the door, and hears that and goes, "Bet money what?"
Close the door, darling.
Yes. Shuts the door behind him. Just a shake.
And she'll turn the newspaper and slide it over to him across the table.
Now, Richard hasn't witnessed our Estuar's friend eating, has he? Okay.
Nope.
So he might not pick up on that.
Right.
That's bloody gruesome. In an outhouse? Why are we betting on it?
Lady Catherine.
You suspect her?
Oh, that's right. You didn't watch her eat.
Well, we almost had dinner together on that little bastard, but I think we were
No.
saving
Do not eat with her unless you are secluded.
and strong as stomach.
Oh, goodness. So you think... Bloody hell.
It could be.
If that's the case, then that's 2 stories in the newspaper. I get pulled away for 2 hours. Oh, goodness.
You missed all the fun.
That is not the word that I would use, and I would be...
I need something to distract me. I have a guest. And she'll force that word out.
Oh, well, you didn't have to move bloody homes at 3 in the fucking morning last night. Sorry. Oh.
You're good. I have
That
brothers.
sounds stressing.
No. Let's just say my sire's in particular humors.
Yes, that seems to be going around a bit. Mine's more of a little tiffed at the moment.
Sybyl will point to
aforementioned
Marley.
moving of home in the middle of the night.
Sybyl will point to Marley and go, "Mine thought Marley was the figment of my imagination."
Ah! Well, if you're a figment of imagination, it seems to be a shared delusion. So, welcome to the club.
Well, glad to hear that at least.
All right. What can I do for you, ladies?
We're going to break into a building again.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go break some things. That seems like a capital idea right now.
No.
I
Not
need
break
to-
things, darling. Break into. We've already done it once. It's very, very easy.
Fine. fine. I won't. Something's going to be broken by the end of the night, so help me. Very well. Where are we going?
No,
Which shop?
it's the Mystic Shop. The one associated with, what was his name? Drayton.
Right. The dead man. Yes. Tie up some loose ends.
No,
Well, we don't want to kill him.
Untie some.
We just thought maybe something had changed over there. And since you've been to Egypt, we thought maybe you might have some expertise we could draw on. That's all.
I mean, I'm certainly willing to try as he, adjusts his coat and tightens the tie a little bit, being absolutely not an Egyptologist in the least. But by God, I was there. Let's see if anything jogs the memory.
and Sybyl get really excited and go, oh, if we have time, I can show you the books we stole last time.
Never a dull moment. Sure.
All right.
Klepto really should have been a flaw on her sheet.
Oh, I can still add it at some point. Oh yeah, yeah. You can still gain flaws as we go, and merits. So the three of you then are going to make your way back to a place called Wilson's Wonders, the Mystic Shop. It is probably approaching midnight at this point. Streets are, for the most part, starting to empty out. There's still people leaving pubs and ladies selling their wares as you move your way through the streets, passing the destitute who huddle in small alleys. But you wind your way through the diminishing crowds and find yourself at Wilson's Wonders. When you first came, you came in through the front door, I believe.
Yeah.
There are no lights on again tonight. Could someone, and actually all three of you, if you'd like, give me a wits and investigation, please? No, I take that back. Wits and larceny. Or it's actually larceny and wits. So difficulty 6. Okay. 2, and 3. Okay. I believe that was Richard rolled the 3.
Fairly impressive.
Yeah.
0 and larceny.
Yep. You notice that there are brand new locks on this door. Lady Sybyl, you're like, you guys are like, something's different.
Those look new.
But Richard is like, yes, these are like brand new locks have been put on this door. So
your previous visit did not go unnoticed.
Well, it was hard to relock the door on the way out.
Looks like an upgrade.
I am just going to spend the blood point to turn my eyes on.
okay. Okay. Now you're still out on the street, but you keep your back turned to everyone. Yeah.
Well, it looks like someone should pick the lock.
That would be a larceny and dexterity roll.
At 6.
Yeah, let's go with 6. Yeah.
Ooh.
You're like,
New type of
I
lock.
think normally I put the thing in like this and kind of step back like, I don't know. Something doesn't look right. You can't figure it out.
She's gonna look at the lock like it offended her and called her a whore. Look at Marley with a pout.
Is there an around back I can go, or do I have to find an alley?
You'd have to find an alley.
Okay.
Sybyl will point to the alley she found the first night.
And the alley is occupied. Amidst the piles of trash, there are two men leaning up against a wall, being quite amorous. And you will need to probably try to slip past them if you're going to slip back and try to find a back entrance to this place. So,
Okay.
so what would you like to do?
I'll try to go unnoticed.
Okay. So it's going to be Dex and Stealth. Difficulty 7.
Just
Wow.
snuck that success in there.
No, you as you're going by, you just managed to clip the hip of one of the guys. He kind of spins on you and he's kind of like, "Hey, watch where you're going."
Sorry, mate.
And he doesn't seem to be that bothered by you because you've moved past pretty quick, and goes back to his friend. You get to the back, and you can't really see a way to get to the shop from back here. There was no fire codes back then
Yeah.
requiring a rear fire exit. So
Well, I figured there might have been a back door at least.
yeah,
But
yeah. Now there are some open windows. Excuse me, I shouldn't really say open windows, maybe half open windows, about a flight up. That you don't know. Maybe some of these are apartments over that shop. You're not quite sure.
what the heck? I'll try and climb up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you find some brick that you can kind of get some leverage on. Maybe try to pull yourself up. Maybe it's like a ledge. Let's go. I think it's more athletics and strength.
Okay.
And 6 sounds fair. Okay, you scramble up. You make a lot of noise doing it, though. Maybe you hit a flower pot on the way up, but you get kind of to like a small ledge next to an open window. It's like a bay window, and it's partially open. You can smell something cooking, maybe ham, maybe cabbage or something is being cooked. The smell is kind of wafting out of this place, and some light drapes are kind of blowing in the wind. You would have to creep past this to get to the next windowsill. So you'd either have to like scramble up over the bay window to then crawl and then get over to another bay window. So.
How terrible am I feeling tonight?
How terrible are you feeling? Let's see. Well, you are at... How many blood points you got? 7 blood points. So you're not feeling overly hungry. Let's let you think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
And let's go back to Sybyl and Richard up front.
Well, how long do we wait on our friend before we go check on her?
And no, Richard has not fed since.
Cool. All right, then. Taking a blood point off at the start of the session, I should be That should be inaccurate on my sheet.
Yep.
Yay.
And neither has Sybyl,
Okay.
and he's starting to get a peckish.
And there are still some people walking by, drunks, people leaving late night jobs. So, but
Richard has leaned back against the side of the door frame and fished out his pipe.
Okay.
Just to try and look slightly more innocuous.
Okay.
Yeah.
I picture like Jay and Silent Bob leaning against the convenience store. So.
Exactly.
Which one's Silent Bob? I'm gonna go Richard as Silent Bob.
Silently fuming.
Well, we should at least get away from the door.
Yes, probably. Is there a front windows? I suppose we smash those open. It's
Yeah. I mean, there is a kind of a front window to this business, and the door has kind of a small window pane on it.
Okay. Well, I'll probably smash that open. I suppose if we really want in, I can try turning the door quite violently, but that might draw attention.
Yes, that might. And with people still around, I'd rather not. I'm a bit memorable.
Yes.
It was the short lady, I tell you.
Speaking of
It was
that,
a baby. A short man and a baby. Anyway.
Richard will take a quick, glance up and down the street. Anybody look like they're paying any particular attention?
Yeah, let's have you. Let's just wits and investigation.
All right.
No, excuse me. I take that back. Wits and awareness.
Okay, awareness. I do have
Yeah.
that. Okay, cool. Difficulty 6, Phil?
Yeah. 6 sounds good.
Looks fine to me.
Can Sybyl take a peek as she's kind of scanning?
Lady Sybyl can take a look as well.
Thought I was doing good until I saw that one.
Yeah. Smoke got in your eyes as you were puffing away. Yeah, so. Ooh, lots of dice.
Yeah.
And lots of nothing. So
Apparently,
the smoke got in your eyes too. So.
Yeah. And player-wise, I think one of my players' dice rolled off on me.
It's those pesky ones. So.
Can't trust them.
Yeah, let's go back to Marley.
Marley is going to go in the first
window. Okay.
bay window.
All right. You kind of stick your head in. It's a small, really like one room apartment. We'll call it to be fair. Generous. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. There is a woman cooking at the very small kitchen. She is kind of humming a tune. She's making some ham and some cabbage, so the smell is like coming right out at you. She appears to be maybe early 20s, not particularly well dressed, probably just kind of an average person. Her back is to you as she's chopping something, and now I'm going to give you this for free because of your clan. There's a cat in the room, and it sits up on a couch and goes hisses at you.
All right.
But you happen to have a merit, I know.
Yeah.
I believe you were. Yeah. So it kind of hisses at you, but then kind of just puts its head down, and it's just kind of just watching you evenly. So.
No, my
Next
humanity's
music.
still too high.
Yeah.
My humanity's still too high. I am going to
Yep.
beeline for the door.
Okay. All right. So, really just athletics and dex. If you just, it is going to be difficult to get past without anybody noticing you. So we're going to say difficulty 8.
I'm sorry, what did you say it was?
It's
Health
gonna be,
and...
athletics and dex, difficulty
Okay.
8. To climb through a window, run across a small room, and open a door. So
You got to do what you got to do.
you gotta do what you gotta do, yeah. Oh, I see 2 successes. Okay, so you slip through the window. The cat
For the first time tonight, I haven't rolled a 1.
exactly. You kind of crouch, slip through the window, and kind of pad right past this woman. You open the door, and kind of it kind of causes kind of a cross breeze almost as you do. And as you slip through the door, kind of a breeze of the closing door kind of comes past her, and she kind of goes, kind of like, it's cold. And then she goes over and shuts the window. But does not appear to have noticed your movement. You're now in a hallway. It's dimly lit. Smells of mold and other city smells that the storyteller can't think of words for right now. But there is a staircase leading down. Looks like there's maybe one other apartment that's kind of on the same side. What it looks like is it would have been the other apartment to the other window that you saw. So when you came out of this one, there's a staircase to your right, which would have been like between the 2 apartments, and it leads downwards.
My goal is to get down to the front door if I can. So
Okay.
I'm headed down the stairs.
Okay. You go down the stairs and get to the front door, and you open it, and it opens out onto the street. It does not lead into the shops. Apparently the shop is on the other side of this doorway. So
Okay.
Do we see this?
yes, you notice a door open. And I don't know if Marley sticks her head out or not. She probably just opens the door. So but you do see a door open.
Yeah.
Not the door you need, though.
Oh, all right. That's a bust.
Do you step out, Marley? Or
Yeah.
okay. Well, Marley's back out on the street with you guys.
Oh, hello again.
Sybyl's gonna try and make another look around before she tries the lock again.
Sure. Okay. Give me wits and awareness, please.
All right, and she's going to. Actually, no, she can't do that. Never mind.
Never mind.
At 6.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Come on.
Oh.
Oh, those ones.
I'm being punished for Sunday.
All right. Anybody else want to take a gander?
Yeah, I can try one more time.
Sure.
Okay, we said this was awareness and wits.
Mhm.
One.
Okay.
One.
You don't see anyone in particular, but you get that feeling like you're being watched. But you look around and you're like, I don't see anyone actively looking at us, but I feel like there's someone there.
We might be under observation. I can't say for sure. Just feels like we're pressing our luck.
Can I make that roll
Certainly, yes.
with the prompting?
Yep. The alert, awareness and wits, please. Difficulty 6. All right. You look around and you get that same feeling you had earlier tonight. You felt like somebody was watching you. And you're spying around and you don't quite find anyone. But unlike Richard, you get more of a direction where it's coming from. And it would be the opposite side of the alley where you went, the other side of the street. But you feel like there's somebody watching you on this side of the street. Maybe they're in the crowd, you're not sure.
I'll go over and have a gander.
Okay. All right. So you start walking down the street. And as the crowd is starting to thin, you spot someone that you saw earlier tonight. Thin man, gray suit, slicked back black hair, pencil thin mustache. And he's just kind of leaning on a cane. And people seem to just be walking around him. Like they don't see him, but they move around him as if they sense something's there.
Well, this time I am going to head over.
Okay. All right. You two see Marley wandering down the street. You don't see what she's looking at or where, but you see her just take off walking down the street.
Probably shouldn't let her wander off on her own.
No. And so we'll start walking before Richard can.
Okay.
He will tap his pipe out and pocket it and pick up his little walking stick. And...
Okay.
And if he wants to give uppies, then Sybyl will not complain.
Richard is blissfully unaware of the development of uppies being a preferred method of travel at the moment, but is happy to keep pace and accompany, even if that means she's taking 3 steps for his 1.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, the man waits for Marley to approach, and then the two of you, as you're coming down the street, you see this gentleman there, and you notice that he gestures to Marley to like come over here, almost kind of like come back here, to like step behind a building. And Marley, this man speaks to you, and he has kind of what you detect is maybe an Italian accent. The storyteller is not going to do it and butcher it. But he says, "Good evening. You're sometimes a hard person to catch."
Well, I figured we've both been in the same place twice tonight, so might be time to introduce myself.
And he says, "My name is Vincent. It's a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance."
Oh, likewise, you're the V.
I am. And he sticks his head back around the street and sees Sybyl and Richard getting closer. And he turns back and says, "I need to speak with you privately about something, but that can wait till after we talk to your other friends." And
All
then
right.
they just kind of straightens up and waits for the others to approach. Do you round the corner, or what do the two of you do?
Oh, Sybyl's going in.
Okay. All right.
Something, angels fear to tread something. Follows in her wake.
Just wait until she's out of morning attire. It's going to get weird.
And he gives Sybyl a little bow. Buonanotte. Lady Howard.
She'll incline her head.
And Major Sandhurst.
Indeed. Believe you have us at a disadvantage, Mr.
Oh, Sibs, Ricky, this is Vincent.
Ah, fascinating. Huh. A pleasure, I hope.
Pleasure. Yes. I wanted to personally thank you for your partial success in the endeavor.
Sybyl will just look at him and go, well, she had me at a disadvantage.
Mr. Bay was appreciative for the assistance, as am I. And he kind of pauses, just like to think. He says, you'll probably be hearing from me again at some point. But again, I thank you and bid you a good evening. And he kind of gives Marley a look before he kind of nods to everyone. And then he kind of walks down the alley and just disappears into the shadows.
That's a neat trick.
But what you notice, though, is Richard notices this more, is he moved very quickly into the shadows. The others are just like, hey, he just disappeared. You noticed some kind of trick, Richard. So
Takes one to know one. Interesting. Well, I somewhat expected a stern talking to when we first met, Mr. Vincent.
Not going to argue with good luck. You haven't any success with that door. I thought maybe I could get in with the alley, but just I'd do apartments.
you can just do the hat thing and just like punch through your hat through the window. But
Let me try one more time, and if not, then, they'll be replacing a window. And that one will not be on me.
I could possibly just take the door handle off. Yeah. Maybe.
Let me try the lock one more time. She'll spin around and
walk back down the street.
take an unnecessary breath and start walking.
Okay. Yeah. Just gonna hunch down, maybe hunch down a little bit in front of the door, and give me a larceny and dexterity roll, please.
Alrighty, and she's going to spend a willpower.
Okay.
This.
Okay.
Five.
Click. As if you were born to open this lock. Just click.
And she will slip in and kind of do her what she did last time, which was slowly move until Marley got in.
Yeah, because it's dark. You can't.
Yeah.
There's maybe a little tiny bit of light coming in from a street light, but not very much. No. So okay.
Speaking of which, Marley is unsettled that Vincent disappeared into the shadows, even for her. That was
Marley mentioned that.
No, she's just sort of be looking over her shoulder.
Then Richard will do nothing to alleviate her. Well, so she got the door open.
Marley has an incomplete understanding, and so it's possible she's not aware that that's a thing people can do.
Hence the education, the title of this episode, a formal
Yes.
education.
I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be a stern talking to and a ruler across the knuckles.
That's what I thought too.
The night is young, however. Let's go commit
The
lost.
night is young as well. Yeah, because you realize this has only been like a night since
Mhm.
like the museum. So
Yeah.
yeah. So okay. So Marley can see where she's going. The other two cannot. You do recall when you were here before that there was and I need to go back to
Back room with a hidden.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a find that again. Yeah, it was I think a shelf that moved. And yep. And you you kind of pop that up and you find that staircase that leads down again.
Is there... So Marley's plan this time is to go into the back and find a way to light up the room back there.
Okay.
But the first thing she's going to do is pop that shelf and see if there's light coming from the staircase.
There is not. No.
Okay. Then she's going to look around for a candle or something.
A candle, you say?
That worked out so well last time.
You find one shaped like a man's hand.
We don't have some of those in Egypt. Don't.
That's what we need to piss off the Giovanni.
You find a candle and you manage to get it lit without any ferociousness from your beast this time. And holding it away from you,
Yeah.
head carefully down the stairs.
This is the intent here is to have Richard and Sybyl stay at the front door until I light the candle or provide light. At which point they've got a beacon they can come to.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. You find your way down, and you can summon them. Call to them, or whatever.
Yeah.
However you want to let them know.
Yeah, I'll call to them and psst, over here.
Oh, Sybyl is baby ducking Marley and sticking kind of close.
Richard follows once there's light for him to see. The last
Yeah.
thing we need is a brouhaha bumbling in the dark.
We're walking through the shop with one of those ropes.
When you get down into the basement, things are tidied up much more than they were last time. There's no papers askew. All books have been returned to shelves. There is no man passed out. It's been cleaned up very well. But you do notice that there are more books on the shelf than were there before. But otherwise, there's nothing left out that you can find this time. So,
Nice little hidden library. Squiggles on the wall or anything like that?
give me a intelligence and investigation. No children have been drawing on the wall.
What a waste of
Sybyl?
3 successes.
Yeah.
Right. But you can confirm there is nothing written on the wall. So,
Sybyl is going to try and cast out that part of her that senses spirits again. Just to
sure. Of course. I don't recall if you need a roll for that.
Yeah. Occult and perception?
Yes, I believe that's what we were doing, occult and perception.
And would her specialty careful come in?
Sure. Okay.
2 successes.
Better than none.
Yep. You don't detect any spirits right here. You can tell this building has kind of a sad history to it. That maybe this basement wasn't always used for good things, and there's just a feeling of sorrow in this room. That one of those, if the walls could speak, and if you really dug a little further, you probably could find out what the walls have seen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there is no, ghosts or spirits about that you can find. So,
and if Richard and Marley are looking at her, they'll see her just kind of like hunch over and kind of just put a hand to her chest and just like kind of parroting and mirroring the sadness she's feeling.
I just love Ellie's comment. There's, however, a woman upstairs who swears her apartment is haunted now.
Yes. Well, Marley, dear, what were you looking for?
Well, it's a good thing our Lennox isn't in attendance tonight.
It's quite sad. Kind of peckish.
Mm.
And I can't eat the man who's at my home.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought maybe you got in delivery.
No.
Sounds rather complicated.
Well, Adrian wanted to look at some alternative treatments, and he said he would be missed.
Paper trail.
Yes.
Well, it seems like having gotten in the papers already over the last evening.
Well, with Adrian, it's a little easier, depending on family name, but he has others who will come looking for him.
Inconvenient.
Marley is looking to see if there's a second layer of hidden something.
Okay. Give me just wits and investigation. So,
Okay.
and anybody who wants to look around, poking walls,
Can I add an extra die if I'm using aspects?
What's your aspects? Is it heightened senses?
Yeah.
What sense are you heightening?
She's going to try her sense of touch, so that way, like, if there is another room or something weird with a wall or something, she could possibly feel it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. So, and I see the 3 from Marley, so we'll.
Come on.
Okay. The two of you, as you're checking the walls, you do find a spot where the bricks don't have mortar. So it looks like someone has taken out this spot in the wall, and you start to remove the bricks.
For the love of God, Fortunato.
And here's where you find that same journal that you had found the other night. It looks like it's probably about 100 pages. You just kind of start to flip through it. Maybe about 80 of the pages have been used. And the last entry is written in the same handwriting, but it seems it's a little more frantic. And it's dated just really just yesterday. And it states that someone had intruded in the shop and had found the chamber, they refer to it as. I have been forced to upgrade our locks in an effort to keep these interlopers away. The previous entry is one you had read before, where it mentions something about the Enlightened Society of the Weeping Moon. And again, the entry in there, the fools have not noticed our presence. Previous entries to that discuss really about this guy just really being kind of creepy, be honest with you, spying on people, gathering things he just calls as materials, ingredients. But what I'd like is, does anyone speak Latin? Do you speak Latin? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
She is a natural linguist, and Latin is one of her 3 languages.
Okay. So one of the entries you come across mentions that the shipment from Egypt will be arriving soon with the materials that were requested. But the way it's written is very archaic.
Mm-hmm.
But you had to kind of read through it a couple times. You're wondering why just this passage was put in Latin. Give me an occult and intelligence roll, please. Difficulty 7. Okay.
2.
The way you read it is, the style is very different, whoever wrote this. And the fact that they switched to Latin is one thing, but now you almost wonder, like, am I reading this almost as like a spell or like an incantation? It was just very different.
Mm-hmm.
The way they so were they trying to code this differently? So you're not quite sure.
Sybyl's face will kind of scrunch up as she's reading and rereading and then reading and then just kind of holding the book going, that's odd in phrasing and language switching.
How so?
It's in Latin, and it's about the shipment, probably the bodies we unwrapped that also had other things coming with them, components.
Well, that's an interesting connection.
Now, Latin, people would still speak it in your time. You know, masses are still in Latin, but this particular phrasing is just, it's just completely odd to you. So,
I know a blowhard who claims to be a native speaker.
Oh, I'm very good with languages. Sister Maria was a very educational teacher.
architect's fingernails. So,
What did the tattoo on the men's fingers look like?
it was a. I don't recall how I described it, honestly.
I think it was like darkened, like at the point with symbols.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, it wasn't like a spiral or anything, but it was.
Well, it was the weeping moon. Made me wonder.
Yeah, that the weeping moon. No, that the tattoos didn't look anything like that.
Okay.
So, if you give me anyone who wants to make it occult and intelligence difficulty 7.
Oh, well, miracles can happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a willpower.
Okay. Reroll a die. You got 1 success. Okay. Okay. Ooh. All right, Richard.
Shh. Just getting angrier and angrier all night.
Yes. It angers you that you're like, what is this Society of the Weeping Moon?
Oh,
And
cry about
you take one of the bricks that had been removed because you're so frustrated. You're like, what is this? And you throw it and you smash some bottles that were on the side of the room and they shatter. Not quite Hulk mad, but yeah.
I told you they would be breaking.
Okay.
All right.
So you got Sybyl got 2 successes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. This name sounds like a secret society. The city there's whispers of all of these brotherhoods and orders of enlightened minds that seem more urban legends than truth. This is the second time well, really, it's the same place you've seen as this enlightened society of the Weeping Moon, but you can't place what they do. But now you're like, okay, so it sounds like a gentleman's society of something. So, but this guy's journals again mention that they haven't noticed our presence. So
She's stealing the journal.
okay, all right. Well, the broken bottles are going to be a sure sign somebody was there too.
Look at-
Anyway, so
And the open door. They were like, do we have to stay in the shop and barricade the door?
but
Just a little note. Try better next time.
absolutely welcome to if you'd like. So,
No. If he's going to leave a note, it would say, now we know you're here.
all of your bases belong to us. So, okay.
How pissed off is he? Is he mad enough to do something stupid?
I mean, I really could punish you for a botch, but I think enough that you kind of partially destroyed this room that you were sneaking into. So
That's good enough.
Marley.
I think Marley's found everything she wanted to find, unless we go through the desk.
A lot of what you find is more just business invoices.
Yeah.
Apparently, he uses this room to actually do his legitimate business as well. So
That's quiet, away from people.
Yep.
Lets you concentrate.
Yep.
Yeah, Marley doesn't have any. She has found what she wanted to find.
okay.
Sybyl's already wandered off up the stairs.
Okay.
waiting.
Do that on her own. Well, I'd put things back, but that's just not happening.
Okay.
Hopefully this is profitable.
All right.
Yeah. Well, Sybyl's happy.
Okay.
Well,
Not as happy as she would have been.
If Sybyl ain't happy, nobody's happy. So
she's got a new book to read, so I suppose that's par for the course.
She did not steal anything yellow.
if you flip through the book, Sybyl, you do find other passages in what appear to be Greek. One that you're like, is this Aramaic? I mean, it just seems like the author has switched languages at times. But yeah, about 80 of the 100 pages have been filled in. So there's times where there are dates on some of the entries. Other times there's not. So you're not sure how far back these go. But yeah, you have a clue.
Yes.
Okay.
It goes in the little bar down at the bottom of the screen.
All right. So you
that
guys.
blue paw print was a real dead ringer.
Exactly. So you guys leave the store then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And you are on the street.
Are there any bobbies waiting to clap us in irons?
No. You look around. You don't. You were really only in there maybe 15, 20 minutes. I mean, you guys really weren't in there very long. So streets are about the same. There's still people milling about, but it's getting later. So
Shut the door carefully behind us.
okay.
Sybil
Will
starts-
Sybyl lock it, or will she just leave it unlocked?
She'll try and relock it.
I'm not going to make you roll for that. Since you got the 5 on it, you're pretty like, okay, I'll just go back this way. So
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Make
How much money
them-
are we going to make this poor man spend on locks, really?
And there was that unpaid bill sitting on his desk for the locksmith. Yeah, I'm not paying this now.
Is money back if we break in? That's the question.
Exactly. So, okay. So what's next?
Well,
Some people have talked about getting a bite to eat.
yeah, Sybil hasn't eaten in a few days. She's been preoccupied and busy.
Could it be useful?
Okay.
All right.
Marley?
Well, I got patrols to do, so I'll come and catch up with you later. You you send a runner to the docks if you need me. All right.
I can do that.
Sybil will pull Marley down to her height and kind of pat her cheek and stay safe.
Always do.
Okay. So Sybyl and Richard, you go off in search of a bite to eat.
Yes, I think it's about time.
Maybe it's time you discussed your dietary needs, if you have any. So.
She does not have a particular need. She just is careful on how she eats.
I am not particularly messy.
There are no vegan options, though.
So there are no vegan options. I don't sparkle in the sunshine. I burn to a crisp. No vegan options. No. However, I abhor the notion of preying upon my fellow soldier.
Okay.
But you could have let us know about the couple in the back.
Oh, I definitely will let you know about the couple in the back.
Witnesses.
Yeah. you know what? Say you guys are kind of walking down, and yeah, they're full on into it in the alley. You guys hear some panting and grunting coming from down the alley. You can take a peek down, decide if that's your style, or you can continue on.
I'm going to be honest, Sybyl can't overpower anything other than maybe a child.
Okay.
She has one strength.
Okay.
They appear to be rather involved with each other. Might not see somebody.
Yes, it
fast.
might be reaching its climax. But at the moment, yes, they are rather engaged with each other, shall we say. So.
But if you'd like, I can make it quick and bring one down to your level.
Okay.
That could work.
Well, I've got a little bit of
And
pent-up
as you're
issues.
stopping to watch, that is when an officer and says, "Hey, what's all this then?" I've always wanted to do that. Says, I said, "What?" I said, "Hey!" He goes down and whistles. hey, you, get out of here!
Sybyl's just going to grab Richard's hand and walk him down, pretending to be the lady that she is.
And the cop spins, and the two of you are gone.
Yep.
There are other options for the evening. Perhaps a young man, kind of stumbling along, hiccuping a little bit, walking a small pony, and he's like a, and he's just kind of walking the small horse down the street.
You know, I know London is the center of the world, but you don't see that every night.
Sybyl's just going to get this look on her face and go, "Ponies, I haven't liked them since I was a child."
And as you get closer to them, the horse kind of neighs, and it's just kind of.
I do have one animal Ken, sorry.
Okay. And does not seem to enjoy your company. So
Seems that dislike of horses is mutual.
okay. And you get about even with them. And the kid doesn't even notice you. He's just like singing a song as he's walking this horse down the street. So.
Sybyl's going to put Richard between her and the pony.
Okay.
She already is lame in one leg. She doesn't need another.
Get kicked by a horse.
Ooh. I think that Richard will make himself just a little bit more irresistible and awe.
Okay.
And then attempt to lead this gentleman and his pony into a nearby alley. My friend, the stables are this way. Come.
But I'm supposed to go to Harold's. He's down that way. This is Sir William. He puts the horses. This is Sir William. He can't go nowhere but Harold's.
Well, we'll get him to Harold's in a moment, but Sir William looks like he wants an apple, and there's a few this way.
He is royalty, he is.
Well, I make sure an excellent apple.
And then he kind of goes and he goes, "Oh, milady," and he like leans over and he like stumbles onto the cobblestones at Sybyl's feet. "I'm sorry, I had a little too much to drink. Mrs." He's like, I know you. Mrs. Howard?
No, darling. No.
Yeah, ask Sir William. Sir William knows. And this is kind of like as like Richard's kind of like leading them. He's kind of like, I used to work for your husband. I did.
She is going to try and rack her brain to remember.
Maybe a stable boy, but they didn't really have stables. I mean, it wasn't really kind of they didn't really have like an estate with these kinds of things. But this kid seems to know you for some reason. He's like, I know you. And he just kind of wanders away. Could you, Sybyl, could you give me a occult and perception, please? Difficulty 6. Ooh, big money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You would swear that there was somebody behind that kid's eyes. Like when you looked at his eyes, you felt like there was somebody else in there making this kid talk. Because the way he just kind of, I know you, I used to work for your husband, I know. Like there was another presence there. There was something in this kid.
Sybyl, if she can, will try and reach out to Richard and grab a hold of him, and she will dig her nails into his hand.
In the kid's hand?
No, into Richard's hand.
Okay.
Something the matter?
I think this young gentleman just needs to go on his way.
Very well. Sorry about the apple, Sir William.
And something in her voice will be a bit tight and scared.
Now, Richard doesn't see this because the kid is kind of to his side.
Mm-hmm.
This kid gives Sybyl this really creepy smile, and he doesn't seem drunk at all. He just...
She's gonna look him dead in the eye and go, "Who are you?"
It's like, you don't remember me? And the voice doesn't sound familiar. It's like kind of dropped like an octave. He's like, we've met before.
Who are you?
And he just gives this little chuckle. Then all of a sudden, the kid kind of bolts forward and is like, I'm gonna get sick. Sir William, don't watch. And he just starts puking his guts out.
Oh, bloody hell.
And Sybyl, you just feel like you know something's changed.
Mm-hmm.
That whoever was talking to you isn't there anymore.
Sybyl is going to back out of the alley and just start walking.
God damn it.
Sir William wants to know if he's getting his apple or not. So let's stick with the important parts.
Yeah, right. I don't think I have an apple for Sir William. I honestly thought with the attitude that was going on, Sybyl might try and eat Sir William. Richard's standing there with
the kid is
drunk and a
puking his
horse.
guts. So and he's like, oh.
Like
Oh,
she
I'm
won't
sorry,
move
kid.
far from the alley, but she's getting away from him.
Okay.
Sorry, kid, not tonight. And then instead of taking a snack, like he desperately wants to, he's going to turn and follow Sybyl back out of the alley. Why Why am I leaving lunch back there again?
And Sybyl will look at him, and you can clearly see she is rattled and scared, and she is going to look at him and go, there is more than just that boy in him. Something that knew me.
Well, it's different.
You can still eat him, but...
Oh, fuck. Wait here.
So William has started to walk away, leaving this poor kid puking his guts out in the street. So.
Actually, my dear friend, you're about to feel much better. Hold still.
And he kind of looks up at you with that puke stink breath. Oh, wow. Make a humanity roll, no kidding. Not vomit. No. Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks at you like, oh, it just can't get any worse.
It's going to get better. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to be hungover, but you're going to remember that not everything about tonight sucked. And because it feels good for them when you're not somebody that has to tear chunks out of their neck.
Okay. So you're gonna feed from him?
Yeah, he's gonna take a couple points.
Okay. What, like 2 points?
2 points. Take the edge off. Knock the kid out.
Okay. Now I will give you, since you're a new player.
Yes.
Typically, you leave bite marks in people's necks, but you are able to, if you lick the wound, you can make them disappear. So
hey, there's that common sense.
That's why I'm giving you this. Probably in the future, if you say you feed and you don't say you lick the wound.
Noted. All right.
Okay.
So I take 2 points back.
That's where you're getting that common sense from. Yep.
And apparently my blood pool is... I've been doing this wrong. Okay, cool. Well, I get 2 back. So
Yeah, you're basically about where you were. So
okay.
All right. So we're gonna close that out on Richard. Sybyl.
She's going to wait for him to get out. It's easier for her to move around with another body, especially someone taller. Right. But she does have that patient at her home, if need be.
Yeah. I don't want to touch him just yet.
Yeah.
I want to save that. And let's finalize everything with Marley. So what's Marley? She was going out on patrol.
Yeah, she's headed back to her docks.
Okay.
She's kind of taking her time because she doesn't know how to hunt Vincent down, but she's kind of hoping Vincent will hunt her down.
And it turns out he does, because as she gets back to her kind of her normal stomping grounds, as it were, he appears again. And he's just kind of standing there patiently waiting for her.
She'll tip her hat again, Vincent.
He says, Mr. Bay is in my debt for investigating his client's mess. Now, I've been watching you for a little while. It's obvious your sire provided you little to no education or etiquette.
Yeah, that's true.
Her behavior is tolerated here, given her usefulness to the Primogen. But you, on the other hand, my dear, may not be treated as kindly. You see, there are more than enough gangrel in England, so you need to not make yourself dispensable. Do you follow my meaning?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
You need to clean up after yourself. People find one too many bodies in the water, and even our kind can't stop every person who goes to a newspaper to report these kinds of things. But you seem like a clever woman. So you'll learn that there's no need to kill your prey.
All right.
Now, I and others in the city represent the Camarilla's greater interest in London. The city's growing quickly, but the sheep have become aware of the wolves and their presence. The man I work for, Mr. McAndrew, is seeking those who can be his eyes and ears within the city. In return for your reports, shall we say, certain favors could be granted to you that might help cover up little mistakes that might be made as a new child learns their ways. Because I can tell you that this area is not yours. There are others who legitimately have this area as their own hunting ground. So, are you interested in a limited partnership?
Well, it doesn't sound like I have much of a choice, but
You can always walk away.
nah. If you need eyes and ears, I can provide those.
Very good.
Tell you what, I'll give you a freebie. Start us off on the right foot.
Okay.
You know anything about the Weeping Moon?
It's one of those, and he's trying to look for the words in English. One of those societies where the old men study the occult and the
Right.
the things that go bump in the night, they like to say.
Yeah. Things like me.
Yeah.
Well, a fella named Lennox Johnson has a shop. What, maybe a mile from you? And, well, let me put it this way. I can get you his journal. And you might be able to get some information about that, because from what I hear, he thinks the people in charge don't know the Weeping Moon is in town.
So he's this Johnson. He's in this Weeping Moon.
Well, he seems to think he is.
So he's what, an old man who goes around chasing ghosts, or what?
Yeah. That may have been actually the case, but that Emmanuel fella, well, he was down there in that shop with those men he was with, night before he was killed. So, it seems to me like there's a connection there that might be drawn.
There could be.
Anyway, just thought I'd let you know.
Bay interests me. He has different revenue streams. That wouldn't be a term they'd use back then, but
Yeah.
Of ways of working through this city with those ties back to Egypt. And sometimes, one hand washes the other to keep things moving. So I had you help him. I don't trust him. Let me know if you find out more about this shop. I can't guarantee I'll do anything with it, but I appreciate you. Again, the freebie.
Well, I hear it. Mr. McAndrews isn't terribly happy with me right now. So
No. And honestly, if it weren't for me, the sheriff probably would have come looking for you already.
well, I appreciate it. And not to show my belly too much, but if you
And
do
I'll
need
tell-
anything from me,
And I'll tell you, the sheriff's a gangrel just like you. And he's really good at what he does.
well, that'll be a fun fight. Short, but fun. Anyway,
And he kind of gives you a bow, and he's like, "It's been good speaking with you, Marley."
yeah. I'll tell you what. If I find anything out, I'll leave you a note.
So that's fair. I've left you notes before. We'll become pen pals.
Pen pals.
Pen pals.
Sounds good to me.
And if I see your sire around, I'll tell her to stop in and see you more. That you're a lonely girl.
Oh, goody.
Good evening, then.
You take care. She'll tip her hat and
And he kind of just steps back to the shadows and is gone.
yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know
And
you
I-
could do that.
And I think that's where we're going to wrap up for tonight. So, I want to thank my players. I hope you've enjoyed it. We missed T tonight, but she wasn't able to make it. But we'll get her involved again when we next return, which will be a couple months from now, folks. We've got some other games going on here at the channel on Wednesday nights. That I hope will keep you entertained. But we will return to the story. In a couple months and see where things progress. So, anybody have anything going on they want to advertise, mention, anything to plug?
Nothing coming up anytime soon.
Not yet.
All right. Well, yeah, we have here on the channel, we have Delta Green continues tomorrow night. Possible Landscapes. We have Vampire the Masquerade, 5th edition, on Friday nights. Aloysius runs River City runs Red, so that'll be coming up this Friday. This Sunday, we're starting to play some Dungeons and Dragons, a little game, Goblins of Zendikar, that we've played. We're coming back with some more, so that'll be on some Sunday nights. So lots going on here at the channel. Again, we appreciate your support. Give us a like, subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And we will see you again couple of months, folks. So good night for now. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.